create a stark and fundamental contrast, a choice between two different economic philosophies. And they are stark. There's the Obama economics, which values the role of workers in the success of a business and values the middle class in the success of an economy. A philosophy that believes that everyone deserves a fair shot, a fair shake, and everybody should play by the same rules. It's kind of basic. Then there's the Romney philosophy, the Romney economics, which says as long as the government helps the guys at the top to do well, workers in small businesses and communities, they can fend for themselves, but the country will be okay if the big guy is doing well. Nobody knows better than the people of the Valley the consequences of that kind of philosophy. You've been through hell and back. Outsourcing, padlocked plant gates, closed businesses in your communities. How many times have you opened the Vindicator or other papers in this valley to read about another factory closing down, another factory going abroad, another factory going out of business over the last 15 years? And my bet is every one of you knew somebody who used to work at one of those factories. Maybe it was you who used to work at one of those factories. When you grow up in a community that's gone through that kind of thing, you know it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. And when someone says it's going to be better, when someone like me comes to town and says it's going to get better, your first instinct is to say, I heard that before. I heard that before. At least that's how it was around my dinner table when I was growing up. And by the way, one thing I do resent. I resent when they talk about families like mine that I grew up in. I resent the fact that they think we're talking about envy. It's job envy, it's wealth envy. That we don't dream. My mother believed and my father believed that if I wanted to be president of the United States, I could be vice president. My mother and father believed that if my brother or sister wanted to be a millionaire, they could be a millionaire. My mother and father dreamed as much as any rich guy dreams.
Absolutely.
They don't get us. They don't get who we are. They don't understand, it seems to me. Again, they're not bad. They just don't get it.
All right. That, of course, Vice President Joe Biden, and he gave that address in Youngstown, Ohio yesterday, letting a little bit of the crazy Joe out of the bag. And he didn't say anything, seemed like he's stuck on strip there, that was going to get the president to do. What did he do this time? So, I got to tell you what I heard, Dom. That was pretty good. It's not yet something you put on a bumper sticker. Maybe they don't get us or whatever, but that was probably as passionate a defense for the middle class here that I've heard, and frankly, even better than what I've heard from Obama so far. He was pretty good.
Well, let's look first of all, Richard, what's the traditional role of the vice president in a campaign year? Campaigner-in-chief and the #1 attack dog. So get used to this. You're going to see Vice President Joe Biden go after Mr. Romney in ways that we didn't imagine were possible. This is a populist message that he's delivering. It's a good message. Look at where it was done in Ohio, where they've lost a lot of jobs. Solid message. It's one that's going to connect, and most importantly, as I'm done here, is going to connect with middle-class white voters. Biden is the perfect one for this job.
And, you know, we forget because Biden's become something of a punchline over the last 3+ years, but he's actually a longtime politician, but he's a bit of an attack dog and does this naturally even when he's off message, which is their worst nightmare.
What's the best thing you heard him say there?
I thought it was that tail end, that last part, that, you know, my parents, we were middle class. We were middle class, and we weren't envious of the one. We just wanted a chance to get in there, and how dare you stop us from having that chance? I mean, I think that's pretty close to what a lot of people think to themselves when they
Can
hear
they make
about
it a bumper sticker, though?
I don't think they have to. I think it connects. It connects with an argument of an us versus them, meaning the 99% and the very, 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 very wealthy
But if
being
you
the
notice,
1%.
he didn't attack the one. He said, we want it too. You know, it's not like they begrudge wealth. If they can
Well,
make that
that's
nuanced
That's one of the points
distinction,
that Mitt Romney is constantly making. He was the founder of
That
Papa
they hate
John's.
us,
He
right.
was at their mansion, who has a golf course in the backyard, saying every Republican thinks this is how everybody should live, and every Democrat thinks nobody should live like this. That's not true. And I think Biden has to keep that link to people. That is the American dream.
All right.